cut that out. I'm trying to sleep. Ow! Maynard, enough is enough. Ow. It's too much. Okay, Maynard, that does it. If you're going to spend the night here, the least you can do is...
Oh, Dobie, if you're going to ask me to spend the night here, the least you do is not kick me.
Me kick you?
Yeah, and I don't like it.
Ow! Seymour. He's what the scientists call a chimpanzee. This little fella is my friend Maynard G. Krebs. He's what the scientists call a... Well, they're still working on what to call him. Now, how did these two close related or oddly assorted links in the chain of evolution happen to get together? Good question. For a good answer, let's go back a few weeks to the psychology classroom of Dr. Imogene Burkhardt. Dr. Burkhardt's famous all over the campus for her hard work, scholarly attitude, and serious dedication to duty.
And this is what we call a hyperbolic ellipsoid with a parabolic termination. Thank you. I owe it all to wild living and bad habits.
You rang?
All right. What's going on in here? Is this a class or a 60-minute coffee break?
Well, if it's up to me, I'll take the coffee break. Black, 9 lumps.
Oh, well, good morning. Dean Hollister, welcome to Psychology 1B.
Please go on with your lecture, Dr. Burkhardt. I just stopped in for a moment to see that your students are progressing as college students should.
Ooh, if he gets a load of me, it's back to junior high.
Well, you arrived at a very interesting moment, Dean. We are just ready to complete an experiment demonstrating the difference in learning ability between human beings and chimpanzees.
There's a difference?
Oh, yes, Mr. Krebs, there is a difference. Present company accepted, of course.
You're like welcome.
Mr. Krebs, will you please bring in Bernice, our first chimp? Mr. Krebs is in charge of our experimental chimpanzees.
I never had it so good.
Yes. Well, now, class, we are ready to observe 2 different types of chimpanzee learners. Now, Bernice, our first chimp, is very young, so she was given a comparatively simple trick to learn.
Here we are, Dr. B, Beauty and the Beast. Like I beauty.
Mr. Krebs, will you bring Bernice into the center? Hey, wait, that's not Bernice.
Like right, Dr. B, it's Seymour. I mean, he looks so sad and lonesome in there, I thought I'd bring him in so he could shake paws. Here, Seymour, feed all the people with the peanuts, even though it ain't feeding time.
Oh, Mr. Krebs. You know you shouldn't have brought Seymour in here. I didn't want the dean to see him.
I know, but Seymour's my best friend in the whole world except for Dobe, and he never gets to do nothing.
Well, that's because he can't do nothing, and if the dean finds out, there'll be trouble. Now, quick, take him back to his cage.
The dean?
Seymour.
Like right, Dr. B. But after this, we shouldn't whisper. The dean's going to think we don't want him to hear us, even if we don't.
Now, class, when Mr. Krebs returns with Bernice, please note
Dr. Burkhardt, why was Seymour taken away?
Why was he taken away? Oh, what a good question, Dean Hollister. Oh, it's easy to see that your mind is always alert. It's no wonder
Dr. Burkhardt, why are you hiding Seymour from me?
Why am I hiding him? Oh, what a good question, Dean Hollister. It's easy to see that your mind...
Dr. Burkhardt...
Oh, Bernice, how wonderful to see you, how wonderful indeed.
Gee, Bernice gets a better howdy-do than me, but then who don't?
Now, class, you'll recall that Bernice was given a tricycle and 4 hours of instructions. Let us see how well she has learned her lesson.
Okay. Come on, Bernice.
Ride the tricycle.
Keep going.
Thank you, Bernice, and nobly performed. And now, Mr. Krebs, if you will bring in Wilbur, our next chimp, we will demonstrate how an older chimp has learned more complicated skills.
Right. Wilbur coming up. Bernice, you're more fun than a barrel of monkeys. No offense.
Isn't it amazing what the lower forms of life can do? And I thought the monkey performed rather well, too. Now, Dean Hollister, Wilbur, our next chimp, is 3 years old, so of course he... Mr. Krebs, I warned you.
I couldn't help it. He snuck out of his cage. He's smarter than me. I'll lug him back like instantly.
Bye-bye, Mr.
Not
Krebs.
so fast, Krebs.
Oh, well, Seymour must get back to his cage at once, Dean Hollister, because you see, when he's away from it, he gets very homesick.
Stop interfering, Dr. Burkhardt, or you're going to get very unemployed. Now, I want to ask you just one more time. What's wrong with this ape?
Nothing. I feel in the punk.
Krebs, that's pink. And you stay out of this. Dr. Burkhardt, I want to see this animal perform.
Oh, well, he isn't ready.
Not ready? After all these months of training, not ready? How do you explain that?
Like easy. He ain't too smart in the head. No offense, Seymour. I mean, lovableness is more important than intelligentness, and you're the most lovable.
Dr. Burkhardt, at your request, the college spent considerable money, over $1,000, to buy this animal, true?
True, sir.
And then fed, housed, and trained him, also at considerable expense, true?
True, sir.
No
but...
more true, sir, buts. I want action. I want to see this animal perform now.
Yes, sir. Here, Seymour. Come on, Seymour. Now, you've got to perform, dear. Do something.
I am waiting. Make him perform.
Here, Seymour, bounce the ball. Huh? No, Seymour, bounce it.
Bounce, Seymour. Bounce.
Well, Dr. Burkhardt,
I'm in trouble?
you're in trouble, and so is the monkey.
I am?
The other monkey.
This is Dean Hollister. He's a very fair, decent, honorable man, which isn't easy considering that he's a teacher. So why was he so all shook up just because a certain little chimpanzee couldn't do certain little tricks? It boils down to one thing, his basic philosophy of life.
I love money. The money I'm talking about is the university's money. It is my responsibility to see to it that that money is not spent on backward, useless, non-productive gorillas.
There, you backward, useless, non-productive gorilla. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but names can never hurt you.
Seymour has already cost the university enough money to hire 3 professors or 1 T-formation quarterback. That's got to be done about it.
Oh, please, Dean Hollister, just give him time. Seymour will learn.
He's a hopeless case. So it becomes a simple matter of dollars and cents. I've got to try to regain at least part of the investment we have in that animal. And there's only one way.
Oh, please, Dean Hollister, not the medical school. Anything but the medical school.
Why not? Seymour could become a good doctor.
Oh, Mr. Hollister, you don't understand.
A great doctor. Already his arms are furrier than Ben Casey's.
Dean Hollister wants to turn him over to medical research.
No kidding. My father tried to get rid of me once that way. They was willing to take the body, but when it came to the brain, they said no. No. Oh, no, not Seymour, not to another fellow human person.
Believe me, Krebs, I don't want to do this, but I haven't got any choice. This chimp is obviously incapable of studying, so we have got to study him.
But he could study and learn honest. Him, yeah. Please, Dean, let me take him home. I could teach him all sorts of tricks and stunts.
Oh, please let him try, sir. Mr. Krebs has a way with animals.
On account of we talk the same language.
Krebs, you understood that, Janet?
Every single chat. Although, Seymour has a slight speech impediment. Poor chap.
In a home environment, given tender, loving care, Seymour might improve remarkably.
All right, Krebs, it's against my better judgment, but I'll try it this once. You may have Seymour.
Seymour's mine? Oh, bless you, sir, bless you.
For 1 week only. Now, during that time, you will either teach him enough to make him worth the money the college spent on him, or off he goes to the medical school.
1 week? That's more than a month.
Maynard had rescued his chimp from the clutches of medical research for 1 week. Instantly, problems arose. First, he had to find Seymour a place to stay, in an environment that was warm, friendly, and generous. But he brought him over to see my father anyhow. However, Dad's reaction to Seymour was rather strange.
Seymour, I like him. I like him. Here, little fella, have a banana. Have a punch.
Surprised, aren't you? I mean, I'll bet you figured that when Dad found out that a chimpanzee might move in with us, he'd hit the ceiling and start hollering, out, out, out. But you see, things didn't turn out that way at all. Dad took an instant liking to Seymour. So when Maynard announced that he and the chimp were moving in, Dad said,
Out, out. Seymour, yes. Maynard, no. Out.
Mr. G, if you don't want me to stay here, just say so. Don't be bashful.
I don't want you to stay here.
How come you ain't bashful?
For shame, Herbert, for shame. Maynard is a friend in need.
He is a friend in need of a zoo. That's what he's in need of.
But it's only for a week.
Why doesn't he take the monkey to his own house?
My father would have took Seymour. It was me he threw out.
A smart man, your father.
Herbert, Maynard and his little friend can stay in the basement room where I do my hobby ceramics and painting and sculpture.
Culture Center.
Yes, and you will never see them.
I'll never see him. What about meals? They gotta eat, don't they? Which reminds me of Maynard's appetite, and who can afford it? Out, out, out!
Herbert, they are staying.
They will break up the joint. They will cost me a fortune.
They're staying.
They will chase customers out of the store. They will chase us out of our skull.
They're staying.
Winnie, give me one good reason why they're staying.
Because if they don't, I'm inviting my mother to move in with us for good.
Winnie, they are staying. They're staying.
So now Maynard had a place where he could begin his desperate efforts to save Seymour's life. This grave responsibility brought about a tremendous change in him. He was now a family man. It was amazing. He and Seymour started to treat one another exactly as if they were father and son.
Daddy! Right, Seymour. I want you to think of me as your daddy, because I'm going to smarten you up with 7 days of hard, tough, brain-cracking work. Oh, 7 days of hard work. Oh, that's almost enough to make 1 week. We got to do it. I got to teach you all sorts of monkey tricks, or you're going to wind up in the inside of a medical book looking out. Here, look. You put on your sweatshirt now, and we'll start learning all sorts of monkey business. Come on. We gotta do it, Seymour. We just gotta.
To Maynard, rescuing that chimp was a matter of life or death, probably both. He worked like a man possessed to teach Seymour the tricks that would let him keep on being a healthy, red-blooded American monkey.
No, don't be scared. Writing this is as easy as pronouncing its name. Encyclopedia. Now, pay attention, Seymour. You see, if I stand here on the naked floor, I can't reach them jar of peaches up there, see? But if I stack these boxes together, like that, and then I can get up here and reach them jar of peaches. Oh, I must have done something wrong. These are apricots. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Dean Hollister had given Maynard 1 week to turn Seymour from a lovable schnook into a useful member of chimp society. As you can see, Maynard worked unceasingly to save his little friend from that big research lab in the sky. And by the 6th day, thanks to his untiring efforts and almost superhuman energy, an astounding transformation had taken place. Right. He could do complicated acrobatic tricks. As for Seymour, well, Seymour was, sad to relate, still Seymour.
Leave us face it, little fuzzy buddy. The week's almost finished, and so are you. Well, you ain't learned nothing. You're like doomed. And I gotta take it back to that mean old dean. And he's gonna send you to that mean old medical school, and they're gonna... Oh, I ain't gonna let him do it. I'll save you, for my name ain't, well, whatever it is. Come on, Seymour. A lot of people say I'm an ordinary backward lame brain, but when it comes to saving my little furry pal, I change altogether into a different kind of lame brain. Come on. The only way they're going to get you away from me is over my dead body. From now on, it's me for you and you for me and T for two and all like that. All...
Maynard, where are you going with that monkey?
What monkey? Maynard.
Maynard, you're running away, aren't you?
How'd you guess?
But you won't get away with it, dear. They'll come and find you in Seymour and bring you back.
I gotta get away with it, Mrs. G. Seymour ain't learned nothing in a whole week. He's like doomed. We'll run away to some faraway city where they don't know us and lose ourselves in the crowd, and then they'll never find us.
That's the idea. Lose yourself in the crowd. A kid in a pair of raggedy sneakers with beard to match and a monkey with a sweatshirt on and carrying a bandana wrapped bundle on the end of a stick. Nobody will ever even notice it.
But it ain't fair. Seymour never hurt nobody. Why do they want to hurt him?
Why, nobody wants to hurt him, dear. It's just the university invested a lot of money in him, and this is one way that they can get part of it back.
Maynard, it is just a matter of circumstances. And as you stumble on through life, you will come to understand that there are some things in life you just can't fight against.
Mr. Gillis is right, Maynard. Of course you love Seymour. We love him, too. But you must adjust to losing him. We all lose things that we love, but life goes on, and you will find that it goes on for you, too, dear. You'll see.
You mean I just ought to forget about Seymour and quit fighting for him, huh? Well, I ain't gonna do it. I don't know the meaning of the word quit.
But, Maynard,
I mean, there's a lot of words I don't know the meaning of, but I know enough about quit to know it ain't what I'm gonna do.
But the deadline is tomorrow. What can you teach Seymour by then?
I'll figure it out.
Like what?
Like something.
Like something?
Like nothing. Seymour, I know you're trying your best, but they was right. You're hopeless. I mean, there's only one thing you could do. I mean, everybody does something. Mr. G, he yells and hollers, and Dobe G, he spends money and loses girls, and Mrs. G, she paints paintings. Oh, they're pretty rotten paintings. Yeah, Hey, why not? Yeah, why couldn't you paint paintings as rotten as Mrs. G? Sure. Why not? I mean, maybe you could become a 10-toed whistler's father. Give it the old jungle try. No. Eat later. Paint now, see? Like this, see? Ooh, not bad. Who says I got no talent? Lots of people, and they're right. Here, you finish. You want me to paint it and tell the dean that you did it? Yeah, that'd save you all right. But that's cheating. And cheating's low and sneaky, and mean and rotten, and unlegal and dishonest. And I'm gonna do it. For joy. I can just hear them now when they see this little beauty. Gorgeous, scrumptious, magnificent.
Frightening. Unbelievable.
Well, I admit it ain't too pretty.
What it is horrible, spooky, frightening, and unbelievable.
Well, nobody says that it's great art.
Nobody?
But the amazing thing is that Seymour, a mere monkey, painted it at all.
Yes, it is amazing. Perhaps it's too amazing. Krebs, who really painted this picture?
Seymour did.
That's the truth?
Yes, sir, and if I'm lying, may I turn into a monkey's uncle? Nothing personal, Seymour.
Dean Hollister, you can say what you will about Maynard, and you usually do, but you've got to admit that he doesn't lie.
Yes, sir, I'm a regular honest Abe Washington.
And besides, just look at that picture. It could only have been painted by a very primitive mind.
Yes, it does have a completely subhuman look.
Completely?
Yes, it's quite clear it could only have been painted by an ape. So we're right back where we started. Krebs, you painted this picture.
No, sir. And if I'm lying, may lightning strike me right here on this spot.
Well, I've got to go along with Dr. Burkhardt on this. Krebs, you're not the kind of fellow who tells a lie.
Like, thank you, sir.
Yes, lying takes brains.
Like, thank you, sir.
So I will accept your story as to how this painting got painted, and Seymour is reprieved from the medical school.
Like, wow.
Like, wow.
For now.
Like, uh-oh.
Like ditto.
If we could just be sure that this chimp painted that picture,
We're sure.
I could release it to the newspapers and he would become world famous.
We're dead.
I can't take any chances. Before I make any official announcement, I've got to see more of this artist, this animal's work.
Well, maybe Seymour ain't got no more pictures in his head. I mean, maybe he shot his belt.
That's bolt, Krebs. He'd better have some more pictures in his head, or medical school, here he comes.
You better get busy, Seymour. There's an empty paintbrush in the old corral.
One of Maynard's problems is that he just can't let well enough alone. I mean, Dean Hollister was perfectly satisfied with the way Seymour painted, or with the way he thought Seymour painted. But was that good enough for Maynard? Oh, no. He had to turn that monkey into the Picasso of the chimpanzee art world.
Sensational, huh, pal? Man, it ain't hard to see that I got an absolute minimum of talent. Man, wait till the Dean and Dr. B see this masterpiece. They're gonna start hollering, gorgeous, sensational, magnificent.
Frightening.
Spooky.
Unbelievable.
Yes, Seymour is a jungle genius.
Krebs, can you look me in the eye and tell me that that chimp painted this picture?
No, sir, I can't.
Aha! You can't tell me that he painted it.
No, sir, I can't look you in the eye. It's too shifty.
No chimp painted this picture.
I know it's hard to believe, sir, but you know Maynard doesn't lie.
And I also know that no chimp painted that picture. Why, I couldn't do as well.
Well, don't feel too bad. Seymour couldn't be as good a dean as you. But I wouldn't bet on it.
Dean Hollister, I can see why you're suspicious, but after all, it's possible that Seymour painted a picture of the grocery store.
What's so tough about that? He's been living there a whole week.
But look at the details. Why, he even put in the words Gillis Grocery.
True, but all the words are spelled wrong.
Exactly. And that's why I know Krebs painted this picture.
I knew grocery was spelled with a Q.
I'm calling the medical school.
We're doomed.
Oh, please, sir, don't do anything you'll be sorry for.
The only thing I'm sorry for is that I've allowed myself to be hoodwinked by these two phonies.
But if you're mistaken, consider the consequences. Why, you'll be robbing the world of an authentic animal genius.
With $1 million personality.
If Seymour really painted that picture, why, he's a valuable natural resource.
Like Boulder Dam.
Of Niagara Falls.
Or Peter Lawford.
Oh, isn't there anything we can do to prove to you that you're wrong?
Yes, there is something you can do to prove it. Let me see this stupid gorilla paint a picture.
Okay, when do I start?
The other stupid gorilla.
Well, Seymour don't paint too good when people from the outside world is watching.
Nonsense. I'll make him paint.
All genius painters is like that. Look at Beethoven.
I'll put a stop to this once and for all. Seymour, paint.
Seymour, paint.
Seymour, run for the hills.
Well, Dr. Burkhardt, are you satisfied?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir.
And you'll be a whole lot sorrier when you find yourself grading papers in the line at the unemployment insurance office. And as for you, Krebs...
Outsville?
Way Outsville, like off the campus.
Foreversville?
Even Longersville.
Seymour, he was counting on me and I let him down. He should have known I don't count too good.
You did your best, Mr. Krebs. No man can ask more. Look, Seymour. He's getting ready to paint. Paint, Seymour, paint.
Paint, Seymour. Paint.
Paint, Seymour, paint.
It's amazing.
Fantastic.
That's unbelievable. That's Whistler's mother.
Yeah, how about that? He never even met the dear old thing.
Burkhart, please accept my apology. Krebs, congratulations on a remarkable job. You are a genius with animals.
No, I'm just a great American and a heck of a good sport.
True.
Too bad I can't say the same thing about you.
In the light of what he has done, the university will provide Seymour with a home here for the rest of his life. Ah, you little rascal. It's really an astounding piece of work. Too bad it's only a 1 in a million fluke.
That ain't no fluke. That's a Seymour, and you've seen him paint it with your own eyes.
Of course, but it's obvious that he has no real artistic ability. The laws of chance merely acted in such a way that the proper combination of colors were accidentally placed in the proper positions. This picture's a result. Couldn't happen again if he painted forever. I'll show you. Seymour. Seymour? Paint, small idiot.
You just talk like that in front of him and you hurt his feelings.
Forgive me. I was simply stating a proven scientific thesis. Chimpanzees have no genuine artistic talent. This painting is merely the result of a freak accident. Washington crossing the Delaware.
Your deanship?
Yes, Krebs.
Any more foolish questions?
Report that Seymour's career advanced by leaps and bounds. After Gainsborough's Blue Boy, he proceeded to turn out perfect reproductions of the Mona Lisa, Washington crossing the Delaware, and a rather interesting portrait for the cover of Bathing Beauty magazine. Yes, sir, Seymour had it made. He was an authentic genius, famed throughout the country for his artistic accomplishments. But then one day, suddenly and tragically, disaster struck.
The genius flew away from Seymour's brush. He can't paint no more.
Please, Seymour, try again, please.
Look, paint, little friend, paint, or troubles will here we come again.
Yeah, concentrate, Seymour. Put your mind to it.
In the light of this development, I fear that I shall be forced to revise my previous judgment as to Seymour's future. There is no justification for spending all this money on an animal who can't even bounce a ball and who has lost his touch of genius. He is now, I fear, definitely below normal, with nothing unusual except his stupidity to distinguish him from any other chimpanzee.